On Friday, April 17th, I attended the spring residency concert for the Davidson Jazz Ensemble. The performance featured Aubrey Logan, an accomplished jazz vocalist and trombone player from Berkeley, California. In his welcome address following an introductory number by the ensemble, Dr. Bill Lawing explained that he was able to book Aubrey to come through arrangements with UC Berkeley's, my parents' alma mater, President Robert Brown, who happens to be a Davidson graduate class from 1978. The deal was struck after President Brown recommended Logan following the jazz ensemble's successful concert last year with Grace Kelly. The opening number that Dr. Lawing conducted the ensemble in relied heavily on brass, which thus created a lot of resonance, especially the trumpets. Floor speakers were used to amplify the sound, but I wondered whether amplification of an entire brass section that usually played loud and high, even shrill notes, was really necessary. Sure, there was the added reciprocity, the reversibility of the phenomenon that a speaker can work as a microphone, but somehow I feel that the jazz ensemble could have projected their sound just as well without speakers. It turned out that the amplification systems were probably needed much more than I thought. At one point during his opening address, Dr. Lawing's microphone cut out, but briefly. In that instant, however, I could barely hear the few words that he said before the microphone came back on. Later, after Aubrey Logan had joined the ensemble, and in between songs, she asked the tech guys, quote, for a little more power in the monitor, unquote, meaning the speakers from what I could understand. The human speaking voice, even the human singing voice, is not nearly as powerful as an entire brass section, which is probably what necessitated amplification systems at all. Aubrey Logan's voice is so powerful that at many points you could still clearly hear her even over the full force of the brass section. Though she was trained in jazz, I would argue that she could put some of the greats on today's Broadway stages, Audra McDonald, Idina Menzel, Sutton Foster, to shame. She has that much range and mastery of the art of singing. There is such clarity to her voice that goes along well with her power. For example, during her first song, Can't Hold Us, which is an arrangement of the Macklemore rap of the same name, she possessed excellent diction during a spitfire-fast jazz cover that speeds along faster than even the most exhausting Broadway patter songs. Aubrey also got to use her trombone talents. Often she would finish singing a verse, pick up her instrument, and start playing the interlude. She had plenty of little trombone solos throughout the night's set, yet she was very gracious in sharing the stage with students and their instrument solos. Davidson student Riley Mangan is one of the most superb pianists I've ever seen, and I have met many trained pianists during my time in the theater. Other instruments solos included student Will Burton on flute during the song High Place, and a saxophone solo during Aubrey's cover of Georgia on My Mind. Aubrey did a duet of the iconic Habanera from the French aria Carmen with student Ariel Corman, and each did their own instrument solo, Aubrey on trombone, Ariel on violin. Several of the pieces stood out to me. I had heard one of Aubrey's two original pieces, Wee Small Hours of the Morning, that Wednesday, when she held a jazz workshop for my friends and I in the Davidson College Chorale. I also sat a little straighter in my seat when she sang the one musical theater song of the night, the iconic love song, Someone to Watch Over Me. It got me excited to see it sung in my brother's summer production of the Gershwin musical Crazy for You, where he is playing the father of the show's female lead. Aubrey's cover of this song was as smooth as honey, and her trombone solo and a student's trumpet solo in the middle only enhanced the song's almost lethargic feel. Aubrey showed her versatility by drawing from many artists. Her rendition of Nat King Cole's Straighten Up and Fly Right was the perfect way to end the first act. In the middle of the second, she did a jazzy Michael Jackson-Bruno Mars mashup that included bookends of You Want to Be Starting Something from Jackson, and When I Was Your Man, and I'd Do Anything For Ya from Mars in between. I was sad that the medley was not as long as I would have liked or expected. Her penultimate song was an original composition called I Don't Want to Tell Nobody That I Miss You, which had a soulful gospel feel to it, and this was enhanced by bass, piano, drum, and guitar accompaniment, which Dr. Lawing referred to collectively as the rhythm section. Aubrey then finished the evening strong with a rendition plus an additional encore of Otis Redding's R.E.S.P.E.C.T. The sights of the concert, particularly the lighting, were very nice. The jazz theme of the evening was enhanced with brightly colored projections on the back scrim of a city skyline, bright pinks and blues and white stars. During the finale of RESPECT, bright orange sunbursts appeared on the scrim. I thoroughly enjoyed the concert, and it meant more since the chorale and I had gotten to know Aubrey during her workshop with us. I now have a greater appreciation for jazz music.